welcome to my channel, Cosmic Royal Family. It is me, Mystic Beauty, and I'm here with the channel message from Spirit. Let me kind of get me something going on in the background, and excuse me if my energy is kind of like I just got out of prayer. My eyes may be puffy a little from crying doing through my prayer, but I got to get this message out to you guys. I've been kind of sitting on this download for a couple days, and sometimes I do that, and I'm you know, when I do that, Spirit deal with me. Like they punish me. They deal with me too when I'm not obedient, and I don't get the message out when they tell me to say it. And sometimes I don't say it or I don't come to you guys and talk about it because it's like I don't know how you guys are gonna take it, like what I'm saying, because like I have so many people that watch me, and everybody. Wait a minute, y'all. Okay. I have so many people that watch me, and I do like mostly like love readings and stuff like that. But then when it's download time and it's time to talk about those uncomfortable things, it's just like I gotta get out of that energy. Like, oh my God, how are they gonna take me? Like, how are they gonna, feel after I say this? But I'm gonna say it, and I hopefully it reached the ears that it's supposed to reach. Okay. So I'm gonna take y'all back with me on this dream I had, this download I had. So in this dream, me and my children, we're in the spiritual realm. Okay. We spend a lot of time in the spiritual realm. If you have a strong connection there, you can still, move back and forth freely here in the physical and in the spiritual. So I'm there a lot. A few of you guys have actually saw me there. You'll email me, you'll message me when you see me. Okay. So me and my children were in the spiritual realm, and it looked like it was some type of event, some carnival or something. There was a lot of kids around. But in the dream, I noticed that there were a bunch of entities jumping in and out of these children. And I'm talking about small kids, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, like, really small kids. You think that, they wouldn't experience that. You would think that children are innocent and that they automatically come with like some type of protection, but that's not true. You guys, I saw so many spirits, dark energies jumping in and out of these babies, in and out of these kids, y'all. Okay. So, I got my kids, and I think I was with somebody else, their dad. I was with their father, and we were trying to get out of the spiritual realm, and we were trying to leave because it was just too many demons. It's like a whole new set of demons demonic entities have been unleashed here. Whether we know it or not, the veil is pretty much gone. That veil that normally protects the earthly realm and humans who don't have like divine protection, what normally would protect them is the veil, but it's not there anymore. So I grabbed my kids, me and their dad, and in the dream, and we were trying to get an Uber to leave. And I remember he left his wallet, I left my wallet. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we left our wallet. And something said, check your phone. You got a picture of your ID in your phone. Normally, I keep a picture of my driver's license in my phone. I just do. It's a habit, okay? So I said, oh, I got a picture of my ID in my phone, ma'am, so we can get this Uber. We can, you know, or whatever. So when we were leaving, my baby brother, I have a 16-year-old brother, right? Who has been battling dark energies too. He don't know it, but I know it. Like, I've confronted his demon. And he popped up in a dream. And he sat there and he just had this blank look on his face. And I said, you okay? He just lashed out, mother F for this, mother F for that, be this, be that. He just was clowning, y'all. He was clowning. So I grabbed my brother's hands and I said, calm down, like, calm down. He was just, it got to the point where he was about to be physical. So I said, if you don't calm down, I'm gonna snap your wrist. I'm gonna snap your wrist. If you don't calm down, I'm gonna snap your wrist. This is what I'm telling him. I'm gonna snap his wrist if he don't stop. He started speaking Latin. My brother doesn't know Latin, okay? He started speaking Latin in the dream. And I remember grabbing him and I said, I was like, oh my God, oh my God. Nikki says, this is a dream. Yes, this is a dream. This is a message for everybody, because spirit sometimes will use people that are close to me to get the message. So I need to take it personally. If they present it with somebody close to me, they know that I need to take it personally, and it's serious. Okay. So in the dream, you guys, I started yelling and I said, oh my God, I need a priest. I need a priest. In the spiritual realm, I'm like, does anybody know where a priest is? I need somebody to bring me a priest. I need a priest. And they was just standing around looking like they was just stuck. You know, mind you, I'm holding my brother down the whole time. Like, I'm holding them down, right? So I said, do y'all know where a priest at or not? And they was like, yes. And I said, well, go get her, or go get him, or whoever. So they brought back this lady. It was like an older woman, okay? But she was petrified. They literally had to drag her to bring her because she was so afraid. I'm thinking, like, if she's a priestess energy, she should not be fearful. Why is this woman afraid? Why is it that y'all have to drag her here to clear my brother, to cleanse this energy off of my brother? Why do y'all have to drag her if she's truly a priestess energy? And I heard spirit say to me in the dream, they said, you're going to have to do it. You got to do it. So I said, okay. So I put my hand on my brother and I just started talking to that demon in him, just talking to that motherfucker. I was like, banishing him. You're not wanting here. You need to leave here. I'm calling in the Holy Spirit, calling in Most High. I'm ushering in divine light, calling in my guardians, my assistants. I was just like, really telling his spirit where he can go. Like, I was performing an exorcism, like, a clearing on my brother. Like, I literally cleared him. I remember I called in the Holy Spirit. I said, I call in the love and the light of God. I call in the love and the light of God. And I remember I said, I told my brother, I said, can you see it? Can you see the light? And the spirit in him said, let me show you. Let me show you if I can see the light or not. And a voice, another spirit it's like I was being coached in the spiritual realm. I was being coached through clearing my brother. So another spirit said, don't look at him in the face. Do not look at him in the face because the spirit wants to scare you. The spirit wants to make you afraid. So when he said, "Let me show you," he tried to look at me in the face I'm gonna say an angel. It had to be an angel, and the angelic energy said, "Don't look at me. Don't look at him in the face, because he wants to scare you." Intimidation. Okay. So I turned my brother's face back around. I did not look at him in the face, and I dug deeper, and I went harder on, pulling that spirit out of him. And I looked down, and it was my two babies, my small babies, right? And I slid them back. When I slid them back, I looked up, and there was two elderly women there. I've never seen these women. I think maybe one I felt like could have been my grandmother, but it was like there were other spirits that were my elders who were unfamiliar. Like, I've never seen them, but the energy felt familiar. These older spirits in the spiritual realm all gathered around me and my brother. Like, they created this tight circle around me and my brother, and they lent me energy. They didn't say anything, but they was giving me support. They were giving me energetic support while I pretty much cleared that spirit off my brother. And I remember my brother his body just kind of jumping like this. And I remember seeing the spirit leave him. And it jumped into a little girl that was there. I didn't even notice it was another little girl there. I don't know how she got that close, but it jumped into another little girl that was there. And the girl jumped up and she looked at me. Her eyes was just, I could tell, 444 views in here. I could tell that that spirit had got in her, and she jumped up and she ran away. And I remember looking for her, like me and the other elders that were there. We were looking for the little girl. I'm talking about, but we could not find her. She was gone. And I remember seeing my brother. There's a tree. There's a tree in the spiritual realm, and it has baby seashells on them. Okay. So I saw my brother hang this little string with these little mini shells on it. They're hanging in the tree. I don't know if he hung it or there was an elder that hung it up in the tree. I saw my brother standing next to the tree, and I saw his seashells being hung up in this tree. The tree is massive. It has thousands and thousands and thousands of these baby seashells hung up in the tree. And Spirit told me that each string is a life. Each string is a life that was saved through healing. You know what I'm saying? Each string was a child's life that was saved through healing. And my brother was able to hang his shell up in that tree because I was able to clear him spiritually. He was able to hang his shell up amongst the other thousands of shells that were saved. So I'm sorry if I get emotional. So after the dream was over, cowrie shells. But they were baby cowrie shells. Okay. Okay. So after the dream was over, Spirit said, mind you, Cat Daddy, my youngest, he has a cowrie shell in his hair. I keep a cowrie shell around my neck. Okay. I was in meditation, and the elders came to me and told me that I needed protection. They told me to get a cowrie shell. So Cat Daddy has a ducktail on the back of his head, and I put a cowrie shell on his ducktail. I gave him a ducktail because he's royalty, and I put his little cowrie shell at the end of his ducktail. And I woke up, and mind you, I had not gotten around to doing Zuri's hair. And they said that Zuri needs protection to go ahead and give her shells, right? So I saged the shells, I prayed over them, I put them on my altar. So I allowed my spirits, my elders, to really charge those shells. And I put her two, one on her crown and one at the back. They instructed me, they were specific. They said she need two, she need one on her crown, she need one at the back of her head. So I gave her two shells. So I'm letting y'all know about my vision and what I saw and the beautiful tree of saved souls in the spiritual realm, full of these baby seashells, these baby shells, which represents children's souls that are being saved. And if you are truly called to be as a priest or high priestess energy, you cannot be fearful, because that woman in my dream, she was not it. She represented someone who in a 3D telling everybody that she's a high priestess energy or she's a high priest energy, but when it's time for war and when it's time for battle and when she really has to come up against a demon, she's fearful, she's a coward. It's a lot of people who are afraid. So Spirit wants you guys to know it is wartime. We are in the middle of a spiritual war and our children are being targeted. These kids are walking around here under full possession. That's why you see these heinous acts by these kids, killing their parents, killing each other, heartless, no remorse. And you wonder why. The veil is pretty much gone. There's really no more veil left. So God is calling in his warriors now. If you're a spiritual warrior and you know that you were called, these kids need prayers. You may have to actually clear an energy off of a child. If you are spiritual and you have ranking, protect your kids. Make sure that you keep them protected. Make sure you're putting the spiritual protection around them, around their necks, their stones, their shells, and you're calling in that divine protection over your home and over your children. Now is the time, you guys, where the real is about to be separated from the fakes. The people who just look spiritual, look like, with the aesthetics, could talk a good game. But when it's time, they're running and they're hiding. You guys should have seen the way that woman, they had to drag her in there. She was so afraid of that demon that was on my brother in the dream. So Spirit told me, they say, listen, we can't look for outside help. They said, you do it. You need to clear this. Clear him. You can do it. We're going to help you. And that's when my high-ranking elders came to me, and they covered me, and they created a tight circle around me. So that Spirit, that was the support I needed. Y'all got help. You got support. Your elders will come through and they will support you. You call them in and they'll help you and they'll lend you energy. We can't depend on people outside of us and external to us, because a lot of them are fake. They're not real high priestess. They're not real priest energy. Let me tell you, real high priest energy, real chosen energy, right? Real prayer warrior, real anointed energy don't even have to be around you to work a spirit off you. Don't have to be around you. Could work a spirit on you 100 miles away. You could be 100 miles away from somebody and you can spiritually address a spirit. You don't have to be around a person. I don't have to touch you. If it's real, if you're real, you don't have to be around that person. I can come to you spiritually. Matter of fact, I don't even need to say nothing to you. I can address that demon on you. I can just address that demon face on. I don't have to be right there. You don't have to be there around whoever. So if it's a child in your life, or if it's somebody, a family member or a friend, and you know that they need prayer, You don't have to be in these people's lives. You don't even have to talk to them. Because the real beef ain't with them. The real beef is with the spirit that's lashed itself onto them. Address that spirit. You work the spirit on them first. You work the spirit first before you go around the person physically. You always work the spirit first. Always. Work a person spiritually first. Because if you don't, and you go around a person that's under possession, they may try to harm you. They may try to do something to you. You already need to call that demon out. You need to meet that demon in the spiritual realm, where you're stronger at. So when I saw like a few of my friends was asking me, did I know the story about the young woman who her 10-year-old son killed her over a fucking video game. And Spirit said, get up, go get this message out, go do it. And I was trying not to watch the video. I didn't want to watch it. I mean, you know, listen to it, read the article, all that. Like, I was trying to keep myself away from it, right? Excuse me. But I had to be obedient. Y'all, stay protected, stay prayed up. Okay, humble yourself. Go get on your knees. Go pray. Call out for divine protection. Call in your guardians. Do what you got to do. Call in your galactic family. Do what you got to do. Because it's real out here, for real, in these spiritual streets. And our children are under attack. They are. Just pay attention to the crimes. Like, the crime rate is ridiculous. These children are just running haywire. No, these spirits are running haywire. There's no veil. There's nothing stopping them, nothing blocking them. A lot of them coming from distorted mom and dads. So, like, you know, they're coming from karmic moms and karmic fathers anyway. So a child that's being born in a karmic home with karmic parents, 9 times out of 10 are coming out in this karmic energy. Now you are easier access to lower vibrational entities. You got to think some of these kids come from dusty bloodlines. And I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. They're not coming from raw blood. Their bloodline is not elite. They don't have divine protection over them the way that you may have and the way that your children may have. They don't have that. They just a puppet to these entities. And when they get these entities, get these children to commit these heinous crimes, they discard them like it's nothing. And they're on to the next. Don't let y'all guard down. Children can be karmic. They can be puppets. Protect your children. Protect your home. 666 views in here. Do what you have to do to get your protection up. Do energy clearings in your home. Protect your children. Call in for divine protection over your kids. Please. 333 likes in here. It's 333 likes and 666 views. Holy Spirit, thank you. And that's the actual factual. I wouldn't lie to you. I would not lie to you guys at all. So, I love you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. I'm gonna make sure that I get some other content out for you guys later on. Well, probably in a little while. I'm gonna get some more content out for you guys as well. Make sure y'all subscribe if you have not already done so. I'm sorry this video had to be so, you know, I almost cried. I did. Oh my God. You know, it's sad. It's sad. I love children. I do. You know, and it just makes me sad to know that this is going on. You know, and it makes me sad and you know, it's tiresome. It's tiresome when you are, you know, truly operating, you know, in your calling. It gets tiresome. Always having to fight spiritually. You're not just fighting for you, you're having to fight for other people around you, because, you know, especially if you're the chosen one in your family, that means that you gotta be praying for everybody, because they can't pray for themselves. So y'all do what y'all gotta do. Keep yourself protected, keep your home protected. Pray for who you feel like need prayers. Do whatever y'all have to do. God loves y'all. I love y'all. You know, everything gonna be okay. But we're gonna have to, you know, the ones who are truly called to go toe for toe, 10 toes down with a demon, you need to stand the fuck up. You need to get up. Because the ones that's out here faking, when it's time, you'll know, because they're gonna run and hide. You're not gonna hear from them. They're gonna be silent. They ain't got nothing else to talk about but toxic shit. You know what I'm saying? 3D shit. 3D shit is cool because we are living in, you know, a little 3D life or whatever. But sometimes, you know, it gets real, and we have to have these real discussions and these real talks. So, I love you guys. Peace.